Good morning, Charlton. It looks like it's only me and you this morning, but welcome. I just want to quickly share with you, I've got a Google Drive link there where you can find the summary of werkwoorde, which I promised you guys last week. And then as time goes by, I'll add some stuff and resources there for you guys to study from or just do something extra. So there is the Google Drive link if you might want to take a photo of that, and then you have access to the summary that I've given you guys. So I'm going to give you about 5 seconds, and then I'm going on with the rest of the lesson. All right, let's go on. So we stopped at koppelwerkwoorde on Friday, which I'm going to go on now, after which I will do. So koppelwerkwoorde, remember what I said on Friday, koppelwerkwoorde is like it connects the verb with something in the text. For instance, there is your koppelwerkwoorde, which you have to go and study by heart. These guys you have to know, and there's no other way than just studying that. And I'm quickly going to read them to you. It's is, was, word, blyk, lyk, heet, skyn, bly, klink, en voorkom. So you have to go and study this by heart. Those are koppelwerkwoorde. En hy koppel selfstandige werkwoorde en voornaamwoorde met byvoeglike naamwoorde. In English, it combines verbs and pronouns with adjectives, and they can also not stand alone in a sentence because it will make no sense at all. They can also be selfstandige werkwoorde in a sentence if but you have to go and they say dis moet jy na die sin kyk om te bepaal of dit 'n koppel of 'n selfstandige werkwoord is. Sometimes it can be seen as a main verb in a sentence, but you have to go and identify it first if it is a koppel or a selfstandige werkwoord, which is quite obvious there. And then there's a resource for you, Dr. Christa van Staden. She's got a nice website where you can find more information on koppelwerkwoorde. Right, I'm going on to the next slide. Koppelwerkwoorde in sinne. So it's very important here. Sy lyk vandag moeg. Lyk is dan my koppelwerkwoord. And it also seems to me like that might be in that sentence the main verb as well. Hy word nou groot. Word is my koppelwerkwoord. Hy is besonder intelligent. Die maan skyn mooi helder vanaand, and that is koppelwerkwoorde. Right. I see Boole also joined. Welcome, Boole. I'll go back to the drive slide just at the end of this lesson. I've added a summary of werkwoorde for you guys in that drive link. All right. The next one, that's the last one of the 4 main werkwoorde that we get. It's called the infinitive. I'm not sure what it's in English, infinitive or something like that. And this is a word that's usually, that comes after the word te and te. And they also can't stand alone in a sentence. So it is a form of the verb after te and te. Sorry for that typo, but the verb can stand alone. So te and te can actually stand alone. All right. So it's a word that comes na te, sy is still. So in the sentence there is the werkwoord, and the word te, which is the infinitive, is behind the verb. Next one, na om te dance. Dance is then my verb. Te, it can stand in front of it as well, is lekker. All right, die infinitive alleen, so it can stand alone. Leer is 'n belangrike deel van skool, so then leer is an infinitive there. All right, the next one. They ask us here to identify the werkwoorde in the following sentences. So it's only you two, so let's try and make this let's make this a bit interactive. So there is a sentence with 'n oorganklike werkwoord in. Sy was die skottelgoed. What do you think is the werkwoord in that sentence? Let's see. Leo Charlton, what is the werkwoord, the oorganklike werkwoord in that sentence? It's very early on a Monday morning, I know. We have to try. Sy was die skottelgoed, she's washing the dishes. What is the oorganklike werkwoord in that sentence? Boele or Charlton, what do you guys say? You can chat to me quickly. Was, thank you, Charlton. The next one then. Dit sneeu in Sutherland, onpersoonlik, so it doesn't have any emotion. Dit sneeu in Sutherland. Snowing in Sutherland. Onpersoonlik. Boele, might you try, please? Okay, I'm going to give the answer there. And it is sneeu. It's snowing in Sutherland. Sneeu. The next one, sy eet te veel, onoorganklik. She's eating too much. What is the werkwoord in that sentence? Charlton says, eet, thank you so much. Ek sou geswem het, 'n hulpwerkwoord van tyd. Sou geswem het, hulpwerkwoord van tyd. So remember, it's not the main verb. It's a word that helps the main verb in terms of time. Sou geswem het. Yes, Charlton, thank you so much. Well done. Ek mag nie in die reën swem nie, 'n hulpwerkwoord van wyse. So the main verb, something's helping it, so it's a word that helps the main verb. What would that be? Ek mag nie in die reën swem nie. 'n hulpwerkwoord van wyse, it's an adverb of time. Oh, sorry, and I saw Boele actually answered eet. Thank you so much. No, nie is a ontkenningswoord, it is mag. Ek mag nie in die reën swem nie. The next one, die kar word gesleep. And the car's being towed, hulpwerkwoord van vorm. So it is helping the main verb. Die kar word gesleep, hulpwerkwoord van vorm. And the answer is correct, Charlton, it is word. Right, and then I've got a few extra resources here for you guys. Please take a photo of this. You can go and visit these websites, these YouTube channels, where you can find extra information on werkwoorde and bywoorde, which we will start doing just now. Okay, so there you go. Quickly take a photo and then we'll go on to bywoorde. All right, I'm going on to the next slide then. Welcome, JD. I see we're at least 5 now, so with me and our host, which makes it a bit better. All right, bywoorde. Okay, so these are called adverbs in English, so it is words that help the verb to have meaning. See that I put a little picture of a bee in there, because adverbs are very, very hardworking woordsoorte. All right, what do we know about adverbs? Oopsie, sorry. We know, for instance, that an adverb describes werkwoorde. It beskryf werkwoorde. It gives us more information about time, place, and matter of the gesegde. And remember, I said in the very beginning of this lesson that gesegde also is another word for a werkwoord. And if you want to look at a sentence, you want to know what is a bywoord, then you should ask yourself, wanneer is die werkwoord? Wanneer vind dit plaas? Hoe vind dit plaas? Waar vind dit plaas? So you're going to ask yourself when the verb is doing something, or how or where the verb is doing something. Right, and then bywoorde, net soos byvoeglike naamwoorde, het trappe van vergelyking in English. Just as an adjective, adverbs also have degrees of comparison. All right. For instance, laat, later, laatste. Laat would be then a byword of time. Verb, verder, verste would be a byword from plek. And there we've got three groups of bywoorde. There's an extra resource for you there, Parenting Hub. Bywoorde, this is a PDF that you'll find on the website with a very, very nice explanation. I'm quickly going to run through it. For me, this would be very easy and much more nice to study, just like this. So remember I said bywoorde adverbs, we get three in Afrikaans, a bywoord van tyd, adverb of time, bywoord van plek, adverb of place, and bywoord van wyse, adverbs of manner. Welcome back, Tabile. All right, and let's start with bywoorde van tyd. Wanneer vind iets plaas? So if I've got a sentence, that sentence some word in that sentence will tell me when the verb is taking place. So for instance, gister, vandag, môre, oormôre, verlede week, volgende week, dadelik, nou, altyd, eindelik, toe, dan, vanaand, vanoggend, partykeer, nou, vanmiddag en net nou. So it might be one of those words. I actually think there's quite a few more, but this is the words that will describe the verb in terms of time. Then, bywoorde van plek, which will be adverbs of place, will tell us where the verb is taking place. Hier, daar, ergens, nêrens, ver, naby, binne, buite, voor, agter, ander, bo, langs, tussen, hierdie en daarin en iewers. Right, so that would then be bywoorde van plek, which will tell us where the verb is taking place. Waar. Bywoorde van wyse. This will tell us how the verb is taking place. Hoe. Adverbs of manner. So, of gou, miskien, ordentlik. And then they say here, hierdie woorde kan ook as byvoeglike naamwoorde wees. Remember to check if it doesn't describe the noun or a verb. So this is a very important note that you have to make. If I, for instance, have a sentence and I want to identify the bywoord van wyse, but I'm not sure if it is a byvoeglike naamwoord, an adjective, then I should go and look, is that word mooi, for instance, describing the verb, or is it describing the noun? And then you'll have to identify. If it's describing the noun, then you know it's an adjective, and if it's describing the actual verb, then you know it's an bywoord. Please take a photo of this. I'll give you about 5 seconds before we go on. Okay, let's go on. Right, guys, these are important for you to know. If you've got this book, Afrikaans Handbook and Study Guide, I think I forgot to put in the page number again. No, page 15. So if you've got this book, open it on page 15. If not, don't worry. That's why I've put the screenshot in for you here. Then you can quickly just work with me. You may be asked to supply one word for a phrase or group of words. Now, this is very important. Again, plain studying words, and I'm not going to go through all of them because on this early Monday morning, we might just fall asleep. But as I say again, we must go and study. If I want to say something's happening in the oggend, instead of writing those 3 words, I can just say soggens, which means in the morning. Something in the middag, smiddags, in the afternoon. Again, just go and study it. By die huis, which is a nice word for tuis. Hierdie middag, vanmiddag, which is this afternoon. Die volgende dag is môre, tomorrow. This is an important one. Die dag na môre, so the day after tomorrow in Afrikaans is oormôre. Interesting fact, both the spelling for môre with the kappie or without the kappie is now acceptable in Afrikaans. So you can either write môre with the kappie or without the kappie, it is fine. Op hierdie plek, hier, op 'n spesifieke plek, iewers ergens, op geen plek nie, if it's not happening anywhere or nowhere, then it's nêrens. Make a little star at ergens and nêrens, because this is an important part. Okay, op die regte tyd, if something's happening on time, or it's punctual, then we say betyds. Sommige van die tyd, sometimes, it's somtyds. This is an important one, met verloop van tyd, in due time, or in the course of time would be mettertyd. And then, daar is 'n kans, something, perhaps it may happen, miskien of dalk. Baie lus daarvoor, it's very keen or eager to do something or to have something would be graag. Voor son op, just before sunrise, dou voor dag, that's a very nice one to know. Wanneer die son opkom, son op. Wanneer die son ondergaan, sonsondergang of sonsonder, it would be sunset. Net voor de donker word would be skemering. That's a very nice word for you to go and study. Skemering in Afrikaans is dusk or just skemer. 'n Kort entjie daarvandaan, it's near, would be naby. And at the end would be, or eventually would be eindelik. And of course, there is always some exceptions or teenoorgesteldes. As ek hastig is, it's hastily, noukeurig, carefully, slordig, untidily, netjies, neatly, vinnig, quickly, of stadig, slowly. Again, go and study those by heart. And they also say if you want to see more of the opposites, go to page 47 in that book. I haven't taken a screenshot of that, but it's because it doesn't really have to do something with bywoorde at this stage. All right, guys, so there is a picture for you to take, and if you want to know what the page number of this book is, it's page 15. If it is even possible for you to buy this book, it would be very helpful for you to study Afrikaans. Go and buy this as a textbook. If not, it's fine. I'll always put a picture in there for you. Right, let's go on. Let's go and do an activity. I think we're actually going to be able to go to the next one today as well. Goed, die seuns speel vanaand in die konsert. There is a bywoord of time in there. I want you to identify the bywoord for me. So first go and see what is the main verb. The main verb would be speel. So what word describes the byword? And usually the byword will stand either in front or at the back of the verb. So it will be either seuns or vanaand. What would that be? What would the byword in this sentence be? Will it be seuns or vanaand? Anyone? Max? Welcome to the guys that weren't able to join on time. I've got a summary for you, and I created a drive link for you guys. So as the time goes on, I'll put in a few resources there for you guys. I've had a question earlier, people asking me if there is free textbooks online. I've got a link for you. It's called Snapify, that you can go and visit. They've actually opened all the textbooks for CAPS, most of the textbooks actually for you guys to go and study from. Okay, Max says, and Boule says vanaand correctly, and would that be a, that would be, sorry, a bywoord van tyd, time. Die jakkals hardloop vinnig weg vir die hyena. Hardloop is my main verb. So it's either jakkals or vinnig, which is the byword. What would that be? Ja, jakkals hardloop vinnig weg vir die heide. Remember I said that's the main verb and it will always be, the byword will always be either in front or at the back. And then Max said vinnig, yes, and it would be a byword of manner because it's telling me how this jakkals is running. Baie mooi, Max. Die man sal anderkant die motor wees. Sal would be my werkwoord. So either man or anderkant would be the byword. What would that be? It would be underkant, thank you, Max, and that would be a byword of plek. So it will tell me where something is. Now, I want you guys to give me the byword and say what type of byword it is. Mense neem daagliks foto's. Neem would be my verb. So it's either mense or daagliks. You must answer me. This is the byword and this is what type of byword it is. Mense neem daagliks foto's. Guys, anyone? Mense neem daagliks foto's. What would be the byword and what type of byword? Yes, Charlton, it is daagliks. What type of byword? Because it tells me when something is taking place. So it has to do something with what? Time, name. So daagliks, it's a byword van tyd. Right, the next one is on you guys. Die son skyn warm. Skyn would be my werkwoord. So the byword would either be son or warm. And what type of byword is it? It would be warm. Yes, Max. What type of byword is it? Time, place, or manner? Time, place, or manner? It would be manner. Yes, in Afrikaans wyse. Baie, baie mooi. Ons het lank hier gewoon. Now I'm going to say nothing. Ons het lank hier gewoon. What would be the byword there? It would be lank, and it's a byword from plek in this regard because it tells us how long that we've lived there. It is lank. Nee, where did we live? Okay, next one, 7. Foto's word dikwels geneem. Foto's word dikwels geneem. I'm going to give you a hint again. Word is my werkwoord. So it will either be foto's or dikwels. And then what type? Sorry, I'm just going back to number 6. I said lank, it's here. I'm sorry, is the byword, and it's telling us about plek. Sorry, guys. So number 6 would be here, and the byword is a byword of plek. Number 7, please give me the answer. Foto's word daagliks of dikwels geneem. Which is the byword and what type of byword? Take a chance. Thank you, Max and Charlton, for taking chances here. Anyone? What about Tabile or Bule or JD? Max said dikwels, and it is a byword van tyd because it tells us hoe gereeld iets plaasvind. Good, thank you, Max. Die rugby oefening het gister plaasgevind. Het would be my werkwoord. So it will either be rugby oefening or gister. It is gister, Charlton, and that is a byword of what? Does it tell me about when it happened, ander woorde tyd, plek of wyse? Gister, tyd. Well done, Tabile. Next one. In die dorp is dit stil. Stil. In die dorp is dit stil. Dorp would be my noun in the sentence. So is my werkwoord. In die dorp. Remember, a byword can also be a phrase. So if I've got a sentence like that, it's a short sentence. In die dorp is dit stil. Dit is a pronoun. Stil is a adjective. So something, and is my werkwoord. So dit can't be the byword. So then it means in die dorp, which is a bywoordelike frase, as they will call it, is the byword of black. Last one, die seun lag hard. Lag is my werkwoord. So either seun or hard would be the byword. Boele said hard, correct. And that is a byword of what? Time, place or manner, tyd, wyse of plek. Correct. Max said manner, which is an Afrikaans wyse. Thank you guys. You guys are, well, that's Charlton. Thank you. And Max said wyse. Thank you so much for participating. All right. If you have a query after the lesson, there is my email address, melissapinar.atg@gmail.com. If you've got a query or you want this PowerPoint slide, please just pop me an email with your name and grade and I will give it to you. I'm going to ask you to quickly take a picture, after which I'll quickly go to the link that I've created for you guys. All right. Guys, I'm going to that link quickly, so just excuse the screen, which is going to look weird now. So I've made a summary for you guys over the weekend of werkwoorde, only werkwoorde. And there you will find the summary I made for you guys. Then as time goes on, I'll put some resources in there. I'm not going to put books in there unless it is with permission. So no books unless permission, as I said. And then Boele asked, ma'am, do you have any past papers for Afrikaans? I'll go and have a look for you guys. Let me just write it down quickly. I'll have a look whether there is. I don't have past papers myself, but I will go and have a look on Google for you or on the websites that I usually use. See if I can find any for you guys, Boele. Okay, so visit that link. There you will find the summary. Okay, guys, we've got at least 15 minutes left, so I would like to start the next PowerPoint. So I'm going to go there now. So I think that we don't get behind. Right. So today also one of our focus is, there is again the Google Drive link. I haven't got anything on voegwoorde and lidwoorde yet. So you'll only find werkwoorde, the summary there. Okay, so let's focus here. So it's a new one. It's a new PowerPoint, so you must get your notebook ready. All right. Also, woordsoorte. We get voegwoorde and lidwoorde. Now I've got a lekker word there for voegwoorde. I call them Bostic words. Now you all know the glue Bostic. Now voegwoorde in English is also called conjunctions. And then I call voegwoorde Bostic glue words because it sticks two sentences together. All right, so let's go on. It's easy to remember conjunctions or in Afrikaans voegwoorde as Bostic glue words because it glues sentences together. Now, there is hundreds and hundreds of voegwoorde in Afrikaans, which I will get to later. Well, not hundreds, I'm exaggerating here, but you'll see now. What do we know about voegwoorde? Dit word gebruik om sinne met mekaar te verbind. It's there to join sentences together. And it also changes the word order in sentences. And then there is 3 groups. Group 1, woordorde in sinne bly dieselfde. So group 1, voegwoorde. If I identify the voegwoorde in that sentence, I know that the word order of the sentences will stay the same. And the voegwoord will then only be put in the middle of the sentence. All right. So, voegwoord group 1, word order stays the same, and the voegwoord goes in the middle of the sentence. And then here it is, maar, en, of, want, doch. And I remember it always as dog, of, sowel as, nog, nog. And then I've got a nice little rhyme for you here. An easy way to remember group 1 would be meow dog. A dog doesn't meow dog. So it would be maar, en, of, want, and then doch, dog. Okay, so there's a little something for you to remember group 1. And of course, the words of, either or. And nog, neither nor, sowel as well as, inteendeel, on the contrary, trouwens, moreover, commas before, want, maar, en doch. So those are the 3 words that get a comma in front of it if I join the sentences together. And an example, Jan slaap vanoggend laat. And then the second sentence, hy was gisteraand laat uit. And then the voegwoord from group 1 would be want. And this is how it's going to look. Jan slaap vanoggend laat. You see that the word order didn't change. Want, my voegwoord with a comma. Hy was gisteraand laat. And you see the word order doesn't change. So group 1, word order doesn't change. There, of course, is my voegwoorde. There is my little rhyme or way to remember it. And then an example. You may take a picture of this if you would like. Okay, I'm going on. Then voegwoorde group 2, which they also call the middle group, Werkwoorde in die tweede sin gaan na die middel, na die voegwoord. So it says there, the verb in the second sentence is going to the middle after the voegwoord, after the conjunction. And here is the words. Dus, daarom, derhalve, anders, daarna, dan, intussen, nietemin, gevolglik, al, nou, nogtans, toch, and to. And here they've actually 3D adding A in NTT. So you'll see here 3 Ds adding in, you see here, A in T2. So that is also a little rhyme for you to remember group 2. And then you can go to that website or resource there to go and study more about group 2. So there is a little rhyme, 3D adding ant, long ant, 2 N's, 2 T's, and there you'll see 3 would be dus, daarom, derhalve, anders, daarna, dan, intussen, nietemin, gevolglik, al, nou, nogtans, toch, and to. Right, so there's a little rhyme for you to remember it, and an example would be, and remember here the word order might just change. Let me just make sure. Ons het nie meer koeldrank in die huis nie, sentence 1. Ek loop gou kafee toe, sentence 2. And no, the word order is not going to change. Ons het nie meer koeldrank in die huis nie, and also comma there. Daarom loop ek nou gou kafee toe. All right. Can I quickly ask if you guys are okay up until here? Let me just see. Yes is there. Yes, ma'am. Ek said yes, ma'am. Stabile in today, I think. Tabili was here earlier. Tabili was one of the students that emailed me on Friday asking for the werkwoord PowerPoint. So, and I did give it to him. So if you also want the previous PowerPoint, remember to send me an email with your name and grade. Okay, right, I'm going on. Group 3 is quite a big group of voegwoorde. You'll see, I'm sorry for that little typo there. So it would be dat, omdat, totdat, voordat, nadat, sodat, wat, wie, terwyl, alhoewel, toe, sodra, sedert, aangesien, as of, mits, tensy, indien. These are something that you're also going to have to go and study by heart. And then die werkwoord in die tweede sin gaan na die einde van die sin. So here the word order is going to change because the verb in the second sentence will go to the end of the sentence. This is the most common conjunctions in group 3, and it usually contains, well, it contains dat in them, making it easier for you to remember. So there's a way for you to remember it. This is the most common conjunctions in group 3, and it contains dat, and it makes it easy for you to remember. And there you will see a, I'm sorry, I see it's very small there. There is also a resource for you to go and study them from. Example, ek gaan nie saam gaan nie. First sentence, ek is nie lus nie. And the voegwoord would be aangesien. Ek gaan nie saam gaan nie, aangesien ek nie lus is nie. Do you see there? The word order changed. Ek gaan nie saam gaan nie, aangesien ek nie lus is nie. The lus went to the back. Right, so that would be voegwoorde group 3. Remember, 3 groups of voegwoorde. We've done all 3 of them now. Can I just hear, do you all understand up until here? Okay, is there anyone that would like me to repeat one of the voegwoorde? JD says, yes, ma'am, I do understand. Anyone else? Are you all with me? I think this is rather easy. Also, just go play and study this stuff. Okay, seems like everybody is fine, so I'm going on. Please take note. Later this year, we will learn about stompy, which is additional rules to conjunctions. So I've got a nice little PowerPoint on stompy. I think you might have encountered stompy before. You should have at this stage of your school career. But if not, I have a little PowerPoint on stompy for you that we will study. Right, now we're going to exercise. Oh, that is a bit small. Let me quickly go back. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, but that's the reason. So it is very, there's a lot of stuff. So I'm going to read it to you. Jou idee moet goed wees. Sentence 1. Jy maak geld. Sentence 2. And the voegwoord there is want. Remember, in front of want always comes a comma. So the sentence would be, jou idee moet goed wees, comma, want jy maak geld. So this is a word coming from group 1 of voegwoorde because the word order doesn't change, and it's also want. Next one, jou ma doen inkopies. That is sentence 1. Sentence 2, sy stofsuig die matte. She's vacuuming the carpets. And then the word is daarna. Who wants to try? Jou ma doen inkopies, sy stofsuig die matte, and the voegwoord is daarna. Anyone? Take your time because you have to type the sentence for me. So I'm going to give you about 20 seconds or so to type the sentence. We've we've got 5 minutes left of this lesson. Jou ma doen inkopies. Sy stofsuig die matte daarna. Anyone? Daarna is the voegwoord, the post-it word, because it's going to stick those two sentences together. Okay, guys, it seems that I'm going to have to give the answer here again. Jou ma doen inkopies en daarna stofsuig sy die matte. So there's also, en is actually also a voegwoord. This is an exception. Jou ma doen inkopies, daarna sy die matte suig, daarna stofsuig sy die matte would then be. Thank you, Max, for trying. You almost there. Koos is nie 16 jaar oud nie. First sentence. Second sentence, hy mag nie by die hy mag nie. Ai, toggie, nie and typos. Sorry for that. Now you've seen the answers. Okay, Koos is nie 16 jaar oud nie. Hy mag nie by die fabriek werk nie. Two sentences and I'm giving you a hint there. Begin the sin met totdat. So the voegwoord would be totdat. Koos is nie 16 jaar oud nie. First sentence. Hy mag nie by die fabriek werk nie. Second sentence. You must start the sentence with totdat, which means up until. The long sentence. I think this will actually also be the last one for today. Anyone? Okay, let me give you the answer there. Totdat Koos nie 16 jaar oud is nie, mag hy nie by die fabriek werk nie. Did you see there the entire word order change of that sentence? Totdat Koos nie 16 jaar oud is nie, mag hy nie by die fabriek werk nie. And totdat is of course my voegwoord in that sentence. Okay guys, as always, wash your hands, sanitize, put on your masks, enjoy your day. Bye-bye guys, see you tomorrow.